Alright, so been 2 weeks since I've made a video. Just came back from a cruise actually, so feel like I had a good break. I've been playing on and off. I probably been log on, grind like 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time. And I'm trying to get this to C10. So that's my next like goal, I guess. As far as like enhancing goes, we just got like a bunch of like 60 stacks. I could make like dual and tri accessories, I guess. Um, so I might be looking towards making like another ton grad earring. So it'll raise my AP up by 2, but I'll lose 2 DP. But there's no point because, I kind of want to get this Caphras to 5, maybe more. But I don't really have silver for that right now. Let's see what I can scrap together. I think recently I just put like 400 Caphras into this. And it's not bad because, like, let me look at this. Enhancement, crafters, boom. Just need like another 789. That's like, you know, 2 hours at orcs probably or something. I don't know. And I have my agris up 77. So I'm probably going to abandon monastery and get some trash loot for the yellow cookies. I've been looking at the AP caps and stuff. So here's what I got. Supposedly the math, if I math it right, you do 550 plus 159, right? So I'm not capped at all there. Like, I think, like even with my Z buff on, let's math this real quick while I'm running there. It's automatic sprint. Okay, so 550 is my AP, and then I do plus I think 159. This is with food buff and the magical beast drought. I could use the corrupting one too. Where is it? Are they called corrupt? Corruption. Drought of corruption. So I could do plus 35. Frenzy drought of corruption. Wait. Was it always called Frenzy drought of corruption? Because I thought it was just. Are they always yellow like that? Okay, they are. Okay. I could buy a couple of these. Try to hit the cap. But like recently I've been taking a lot of damage ever since I switched to Muskins, so I'll be happy with plus 15. I don't think I could even hit that cap at my AP unless I have a Pen Black Star or something to juice up my monster damage. But I'm not sure because I think the human damage isn't calculated, so I'm not sure how that cap works. Honestly, like I'm just gonna roll with it and be like, huh, this feels like a good spot so far. Wonder if am I even recording right now? Okay, there we go, sweet. And then sometimes my game sounds doesn't work, but that'd be fine. So let's see. So 550 plus 159 plus usually have 30 from add-ons, and then I have another 15 human damage plus 66 human damage. That's like 820 something. And I think that's in there too. So here's this crystal set I've been using. Crystal set. I wonder if there's like easier way to show that. Because usually when people make videos on their crystals, I'm like, I just click away from it, and it's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? So I just have my corrupts as usual. I think that's what everybody uses. 20% crit damage. Can't go wrong with that. It's actually 22%. And then I have the cheap awakened spirits. Wait, they're not cheap anymore. The fuck? These are 650 mil. Damn, I might sell these. It's too bad I can't remove them now, but damn, I didn't know they're worth that much. So 5 AP. Damn, AP is money now, I guess. That probably makes Macaloids actually useful now for budgets. But yeah. I have precisions here. Can't go wrong with these now. Ignore all resist too. 16 accuracy. And they're cheap. History is the human damage ones, 100 mil each, 70 human damage. Why not? And then it's like Red Battlefield 2 or some shit. And then Alucus, more human damage here, 10, 5, and 5. I have Cobber, Red Battlefield 1. So Red Battlefield 2 and Red Battlefield 1. And these are cheap, 188 mil for 5 human damage, 5 human damage. And then I have these, also cheap, 99 mil each. 5 monster damage, 5 monster damage. So I could probably switch this out. I could probably get a little bit more human damage from Acrid. And I have one of these for AP and critical hit, I think. Just for my stats. I don't even know if I forgot when I did it, but it's there. And here are my add-ons. People always ask for add-ons. I'm not sure, honestly, but usually I pull rampaging. So it's like, sure, I'll get the DPD buff, and then I'll do my combo. And yeah, it's been working for me. I like this because it's like big AoE. I used to think I should have it on my Skull Crusher because I use Skull Crusher all the time. But I'm starting to think that it's better to have it on the critical hit attack speed on Savage and Skull Crusher to have the crit and back attack damage because that's 90% of your combo anyways. So literally I just do up F, and then down F, and then hold F, and it does the rest of my combo, and then I do Fiddler, Shift R&B, or down L and B or whatever. And supposedly, my last video was like, there was like, they made this skill was supposed to be faster. It's still really slow. I still wouldn't ever use it. As far as like, I know people are like, oh, Striker is so fucking strong now, but it's like, Spark Cannons are only, these are the two only DP reduction skills, and they kind of suck. So if I want to get CC'd, I'll use that and get knocked down. Spiral Cannon only hits, it's not an AoE skill like my up F skill, which hits like this my whole screen, or like my down F skill hits the whole screen. If those two skills were my DP reduction, and they swapped it out, like took the bleeding out from this and like put it over here or some shit, and put the minus 20 DP, and then they put the, if you gained mana on hit on rampaging, that would be cool. Or like, you know, Inferno gave our mana back, that would make more sense. But and the skill, like, it's unprotected, so it's like, okay, cool. Sometimes you'll get stunned. At that point, like, why not just play Guardian? You know, but I'm just lazy though, so I should probably just tag a fucking Guardian and just play Guardian. But I don't know. I'll just enjoy Checker for now. um, yeah. So, oh, what's the AP cap for this place? I think it says 774. So it says soft cap 5%. So I don't know what the fuck that means. So I guess if some 300 AP monster shows up with a pen black star with juiced up stats, it would affect them. But I don't know. I think I'm hitting a good spot so far. I could grind here. I just want my yellow cookies. So I'm mainly here to burn Agris, and then I'll go back to works. So that's the plan here. I don't think it's the best silver, but I don't know. Who knows, right? So let's withdraw some money. I need 50 mil for the tent buff. And then get my drop rate. You know, I really wish they would just merge. They should just remove loot scrolls in general from the game. Like, I think the only reason loot scrolls are there was because it's like what, an old mechanic from, you know, back when the game was pay to win and they would try to sell loot scrolls or something, but very outdated, you know what I mean? So I wonder if there's a guild mission here. I would love it. Sometimes there is. Ooh, Bloody Monastery 3000. Because I don't think this guild even cares if I do it or not. Can I get medium DM on L2? There's XL on 133. There we go. So, debuff. Let's go. So I have to do that for my add-ons. Boom. Oh yeah, I could turn my crystal thingy on too, but fuck that. And it feels like I feel like if the game's gonna progress more towards endgame, this should really just buff add-ons instead of like making people do another thing to get a catch-up mechanic. I don't know. Not sure if anyone like agrees on that at all. Because if you're gonna add more endgame shit, right? Like, why not just add it into add-ons instead of all this crystal bullshit? It would make the game so much simpler. Because I know people are like, oh, the game's complicated, yada yada. But it's like, I turn my aggress on. But it's like, why is there so much difficult shit? So 580 plus 189. And you remember that, so I screenshot that. And I'm thinking like, the skills for the, the whole idea of Elvia is kind of dog shit. They could purge that too. I used to think that like the game had like some sort of sense of balancing stuff, but they don't. Like I thought the Abyss was gonna help Awakened classes more, but it helps Succession classes more than it does Awakening. Like for example, like let's say you play a class with no protections, right? Or the class sucks at 1v1. Like why don't they add a Abyss skill or a Elvia skill that helps the class with fucking protections? For example, I'll talk about Mystic because I play Mystic and I know about Mystic. I wanted to be a Mystic main, but even now, like Succession, like the AoE is non-existent. Like you would think Striker, like I mean, back in the day, I think Mystic was good because I think back in the day it counts as like when Mystic came out and then she was OP and then they nerfed her and then she has no protections now in Awakening supposedly. Like her whole like the whole class identity thing doesn't even exist anymore. Like she used to be like the premier. If I pick Mystic, it's like, oh, I want to be tanky, and she's not. She has no block. Um, you try to like group PvP on her, you'll just die because like she doesn't have a cool grab, and then in general grab classes don't really do good there. So it's like, oh, okay, let's just completely negate that, and then it brings up an issue like because we already heard PA have said multiple times that they don't really balance the game for 1v1. And then it's like, okay, so if you're gonna balance the game for group PvP and whatnot, and then you're trying to do like arena of whatever, the class has no protections, you're just completely useless in group PvP. And even if you do have protections, like, you know, I think they're buffing Warrior now or something. It's like, what's the point if two Rangers can just break their block in like a second, in like 2 seconds? Or like if you're in super armor, you die instantly. So I don't understand the point of that. Um, they should definitely like lower damage if you wanted to, make the game interesting for group content. Because it's just how it just makes sense. And that kind of brings up, a lot of like PvP like balance issues altogether. And like, people always love to talk about the end game of BDO. So why not? That's just what I think. And it's like, okay, cool. So, like for example, if I wanted, so in Arena of Solaire, for example, it's like, okay, cool, Striker's pretty good there because it's 3v3. But I don't want a 3v3. I want to do like battlegrounds, like in World of Warcraft. You know, it's like I know WoW is like not really known for PvP, but for me it was. It's like my only MMO that I PvP'd in. And then like you talk about some of this PvP stuff, and it's like, okay, so what would be like another game to look at to like, you know, compare to? Well, technically kids say like what is there? Guild Wars 2? Shit's fucking dead. Not many people play Guild Wars 3 for 2 PvP. I think there's like what do you call it? How am I gonna say this? You call it open. What's it called? World? Is it World PvP in there? I don't even know. But it's like they had a problem too, and then they said, "Fuck it, we're not gonna give structured PvP." Like, like there's World vs World in there supposedly, and it's not bad though, because like, you know, Guild Wars isn't. You don't need a high end computer for, you know, open world there. So like, it needs a lot of effort if you want PvP to work, and you need to like tone down the graphics. Honestly, you know what I mean? I'm surprised BDO hasn't been like, hey, um, why why don't you like just like I don't want to say simplify the game, but you know that would be good because like if I look like a veteran player as to a new player, like I look through all these skills here and it's like wow, fucking 50% of them are locked because one, they're not protected, or two, they don't do like enough CC. So like someone playing for like thousands of hours would be like, yeah, you lock this skill, you lock this skill, and it's like you have content. You know what I mean? It's like content overload. Like you want new players to like understand the game, right? Like new player friendly, yeah. But then it's like, so you want them to do the main quests. Like what do you really want people to do to enjoy the game in a way? So this is all that the weird shit that yeah talk about. If I had anything to do with it, it'd be like, you know what? Remove every fucking quest line from the game. Just if you want something, you go to that certain region, you do dailies there, and then you get it, kind of thing. I think that would make more sense. Like, hey, you're a new player, we just poop you out into Valencia now, and you kill Valencia mobs, and then you like skill in Valencia, and you get like you like skill in Valencia, you kill fucking lions and snakes or whatever it is, or you get lion meat in Valencia, and you make the Valencia cook boxes to get your or whatever. That makes sense because that's where they're kind of pushing newer players anyways, and it's like why not just make Valencia the newbie AP cap zone, and then you have another problem. It's like a recent problem that came up. It's like, oh, you're not even on a fairground as a new player on seasonal because some dude will have, human damage crystals, like 100 plus 100 plus 50 human damage and add-ons and stuff. And it's like, okay, cool, that sucks. So I'm thinking, like why not just I don't want to say, Black Desert 2.0. Why not? It's like why not do a another BDO remaster, or how some games they say remaster and then it's like, oh, this is a definitive edition, and it's like, okay, cool. um I think something that would like lower the CPU requirements for BDO would be a good start. Right now it's just you need a pretty juiced up computer. I think pretty much any game where you need like anything more than a like $500 laptop or some shit, or like I don't know, how would you even say this? Like a $600 pre-built, 800-ish. Like even shooters now, like I know Valorant, you kind of want like a 140 hertz monitor. That's like $200, and then it's like, oh, you want a computer that can, run 240 hertz, or to even be able to hit the frame rates of that. And like BDO, it's like, oh, you have a fucking $2,000 computer and it still can't handle open world, and then it's like, oh wow, cool. Yeah, it's like, okay. Like, what's the next problem that's gonna come up? Like they could balance the game all they want. I guess that would be a good start. Like if I had a that would be a really good like developer note, or what did they call it nowadays? Like the plan or the timeline of what they're gonna try to do for the game. I think number one would be system performance. Like, pretty much if someone launches Black Desert and they lag, we gotta reduce those numbers, okay? Like, games don't need to be highly graphical. Do you really need every fucking texture in this bush here in this game? Like, could like imagine if they just removed elevation from Black Desert and it was just a flat fucking thing. Like, oh, okay. I mean, I would still play it. Like, does that really add to? It's like what is it? Final Fantasy 11. That game was flat. It was fucking awesome. I mean, it had like levels though, but like, it was cool though. It still had the vibes, like still big world that you run through. I remember playing Final Fantasy 11. It's like you go into this area and you don't have a map, but there's like coordinates on the map, and it's like, oh damn, that's cool. That's very immersive. It's like, oh shit, you gotta open your map. Here, I'll put a ping here at like C5, and you go to C5, you take a left at the tunnel, and then it's like, okay, cool. That's kind of what I think about when it's like, oh, you want an open world game, and then it's like a lot of other games are starting to find out that it's like, oh, you don't really need an open world. You can just do instanced. Like, do I really like is it really impacting me to see players AFK fishing in town to be like, oh, this game's not dead? Or like queue times in a game, I guess. And I know they're announcing, I think like another VTuber was saying that like, oh, I'm not gonna make a cast guide because they're coming out like with class rebalances. They're trying to make everything as strong as Wusa, and it's like, why not just baseline it all? Or hey, um, make succession classes like good for endgame PvP, PvE, and then make awakening classes good for the beginning and low end, where you're more mobile, I guess. I guess that's what they're kind of go for. Yeah, like PA, they'll say things again. They'll be like, "Oh, we want our awakening classes to be the high APM performers or whatever," and then it's like, "Oh, striker, I just hold two buttons. Oh, guardian, I use three skills. Cool. Okay, so what happened?" And then now all of a sudden, um, I think Succession Guardian is like the meta now for endgame PvE if you play Guardian. And it's kind of like the same thing with Striker. You use Succession if you want to be endgame PvE, but then again, it's like it's not as protected. So it's like, okay, so don't use Succession Striker at this spot because you're you're not what is it? You're not protected. You're just gonna get CC and die. So it's like okay. And then there's like I know there's like fucking what do you even call it? Uh, like crystals that give you like CC resistance and whatnot, and it's like why not scrap it? Like why not give every skill at least frontal guard or something? Or I think like the original BDO like super armor was like you were really tanky in super armor, and then they changed it or something so that like I think like super armor is only like 30% effective or something, and it's like okay, why would you do that? I might activate the bell. I think some people were saying they activate the bell when they didn't have a weapon. I guess that's not bad. So I'm not sure how the bell works though. Like if I just keep running, do they all catch up? Oh shit, I shouldn't have 100%ed here. Yeah, I think the only idea, the only way to make this spot like good is like to elites or something. But it's like I don't know. The spot's weird. There we go. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of them. I don't think. I mean, I don't even know if I'm supposed to move, or am I supposed to like? What is it? Does it mess with my aggro limit here? Oh, as long as I see loot on the ground, I think I'll just stand still for a little bit. I'm not getting SP back. Oh, so there's still a lot of loot over there. Okay, so I gotta chill here. Let's go backpack. But yeah, they buffed like certain skills on Striker, but it's like like I think another day I saw like a comment on Reddit like, oh, they're rebuffing classes. Oh, there's no Mystic buff. Don't log in anymore. Oop. Yeah, that's just the pain of evasion. Just randomly lose half my health. Yeah, it feels like Striker is a lot of the time I'm just fucking around while I'm waiting for my down F to be on cooldown. And it's like, okay, cool. And then, it's weird because, like, some classes have 100% crit rate on everything, but then it's like Striker or some other class doesn't. And it's like, okay, are you trying to be shitty? um, like, I don't even know, like, if Shies can grind because they're not protected either. So it's like they were trying to do orcs or something. Like, do they even exist at that point? I think like they can do stars and towers or something. It's like the cheesy thing supposedly. Saw a video of a guy doing it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe BDO's just so far in that they need like a new like lead to like make the game fucking awesome. or like they probably laid off the guy that originally made it awesome, but he had to do it with like he had to make it pay to win. So it's like okay. Oop, I dropped something. I think they should rework Agris too. I should get 100 Agris a day, and I burn it in 30 minutes and get quadruple loot instead of an hour. That would be pretty funny. And then they just remove loot scrolls or something. All you 12-hour grinders need to chill out. Oops. Maybe I need to rethink. Because I'm all over the place right now. So maybe if they capitalize on what's good about the game, I don't even know. What is good about BDO? Oh, the combat's fucking awesome, man. And then it's like, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, some classes, they're just not protected. Some classes, they are. Why not make all classes protected and just keep the game, keep everybody permanently in, like, frontal guards or something. And then, like, if you're a block class, you do more damage, or you take less damage when you're blocking or something. I don't fucking know. Because I know the game right now, like, the build differences, or the unique builds that you can do, and people have caught on, it's like, okay, you can do evasion, you can do accuracy, or you can do DP, and it's like, why? Like, I know that's cool, but like, um, it's been done already. If you guys don't know, I think Rising Force Online did it before, and a lot of Korean games they have that same idea. In Rising Force, it was the open world PvP game, but there was 3 factions though, and it's like, okay, you also have evasion classes that are like unkillable, but you could still hit them if like you do AoE on them, and you could also do like accuracy builds to kill evasion people. But at the same time, it's like, um, the game still had gear gaps, which was kind of nuts, and that's kind of why people quit, because it was pay to play, and then it went free to play, and then it just died because no one played it. I would love a reboot of Rising Force Online. It's actually a really cool concept, because it's like, um, really everything you wanted in an MMO, other than the shitty gearing it had. Because like, um, in Rising Force, like your weapons blew up. Like if you didn't have a backup, you're fucked. Like you're done. You quit the game. And then there's like cool class bone differences. Like each faction had their own like specialized class. Like like one faction was like elves, and they had like summons, and like they would like stun lock you sometimes. I think that was like the meta for them. And one faction, like they were like immune. They had like huge health pools, and they were like tanky. They could not 1v1 at all unless like you're bashing a noob or something. So like they were like the powerhouses of the 3 factions. And like, um the third faction pretty much countered them, but not really. They were like, they had remember fucking bazookas. But they had to like, they were immobile. So pretty much I guess that was like the caveat. Like you have slow mobility or something, but and then you have the 3 things I was talking about. It's like, oh, you have evasion, you have fucking DP, and it's cool. Like it was a very cool, I say it, balancing model. Like you couldn't 1v1 anybody unless you had a gear gap. and even if you did, like if they put a shield on, they could run away. You pretty much like you take like 75% less damage when you put a shield on. And I thought that was a pretty cool thing with the game. They had like sets of armor that like gave you movement speed. Or like rangers actually moved faster than melee classes. And then you know you had your faction boosts where or like buffs that gave you movement speed too. So like your range class, you were flying, and like instead of mounts, you had jetpacks because you know it's a space fantasy themed game. It was like, dang, that's fucking cool. Like if you get hit while you're in a jetpack, you get knocked off. They had like as far as open world, they had mines also, like the trapping rangers, and they could put down like towers to like hold a zone, or like you know, and like you know some people would be like, oh shit, the zone is trapped. So you need like your warriors with the shields to clear them, to run through all the mines. That's like some cool shit right there. But you know, the game was pay to win, so it's like, okay, cool, we're done. Or you had like an insane amount of grind you had to do, and then people were lazy as fuck, so they're like, oh, cool, here, let me join your party and get power leveled. You know, I guess that's cool because some games it's like, oh, I mean, you can't have an MMO without power leveling, right? Or you know, at that point, why have leveling in the first place? But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what would fix BDO. I think there's too much shit going on. I mean, it's not really too much shit. It's just, hey, you have a lot of conflicting content, I could say. Like, if you look at Blitz, right, or the boss Blitz bullshit, like I don't do any of that. Uh, is there like an alternative? I don't even like the PvE because again, you know, like sometimes you'll be lagging or something, or like I think like when the fucking like you're supposed to use like your PvE invulnerability skill, which is your dodge evasion or some shit. That and again, it makes no fucking sense because you locked those skills as a veteran player. So why now all of a sudden are they adding bosses that do like undodgeable skills unless you're spamming the evasion key? That just makes no fucking sense. So I just don't like it. So even if I did do the content, I would just do like 5 easy fights and then I'd just go back to my whatever I was doing. I should just put a shy over there. A bossing shy. But fuck that, I'm not doing all of that. Like I'm surprised like equipment is even like transferable between characters at this point. Like why isn't there just one main dude that has all the gear, or like it's not just account wide like you know how crystals are. At that point, they might just do it like that instead. I feel like, but they're just again. You know, originally, it used to be like, oh, BDO's greedy. They want you to spend money on different characters, but it's like, I think like their average new player like drops like $60 and then they're done. They have everything they want, and then you know maybe like in a year they'll come back to drop another like $60 or something for value packs or outfits, and then they're like, "Yep, I'm done," and they quit. It's like, okay, cool. It's like, you know, is most of their money really from fucking dudes swiping for black stars? I don't know, because I know it's fucking weird, but like Asian games are like that. They're like, oh, here's here's the free to play players are stronger than the free to pay to win players. The whales are they don't like the balance between that and shit. And it's like, okay, yeah. And then they look at Lost Ark, and it's like, oh, that game's fucking dead now. You really want someone to fucking have 5 ults just to catch up with the dude that's swiping or some shit? Or like someone got lucky and they're not getting lucky or something. They don't know how fail stacking works in BDO. Like, it's weird. It does kind of suck though that like once you are like 650, 630 gear score, like going to like 600 to 700 takes a hot minute. Unless you gamble. Like, I could probably sell this belt and get more gear score, but I'm not. I'm just gonna put my fucking defense cup on it, call it a day, keep that forever. I could probably sell it, get a dual god weapon and a dual god armor, and then just use my Kaposha belt. But yeah, I think a lot of free-to-play players in BDO, like, if you're not using, like, artisans, you're not really gonna be failed stacking on Black Star. Shit, that's not your money right there. I remember, I think, like, another guy I met a while ago in BDO, he was like, yeah, this is all I do. I grind trees, and then he pre-orders his one outfit, does his one tap, and then he gets off. And it's like, that's fucking gay. But yeah, I also don't like how CCs are handled in MMOs. Because it's gotten to a point, even in like in League of Legends, where people don't like getting stun locked the entire time. So it's like, wouldn't it be a PvP MMO just disregard CC? You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, at first. It's like, oh wow, there's range class, you can CC people, wow, and knock down 10 people, and then they all die. But then it just makes it boring, I guess, because there's no like, should there be a balance around that? Like, why is it still in MMOs that if you have group content, area effective damage, range classes are so fucking strong? And like even like I think witches and wizards, like they're like these pseudo like meta PvP class with archers and rangers. But why don't they just fucking reduce their PvP damage then? Like, the game should do away with like I understand like you should die if you run into 10 people. You know what I mean? But if it's like 2 ranged people that like just one shot you before like you can even see them, like is that really something you want people to experience? Because that's what their 300 is going for. Like the group PvP isn't even bounced yet, and they want to make another region event thing for it. And it's like, okay, well, what about our issues in? Oh wow, pets are. I wonder how long that was been going on for. It's like, we want to make an open world thing. Like, why not just have like a fucking 10v10 mode that gives you like silver as you do it, and keep it active. Just I'd fuck PvP all day for silver. Make a what is it called? Keep like the guild, at least keep the this guild scene alive. Like, I know people like Node Wars and shit, but they really don't. It's not even fun. Like, I think I was in like a tier 1 Node War guild, and it's like, okay, Mystic sucks balls here. was 1. And then I swapped over to Archer, you know, just CC people. And my first time playing Archer, I got like 10 kills. I'm like, cool, that's interesting, I guess. And it's like, it's not fun getting one shot or chased around the map by Musas, and you can't even do anything about it. So, if your guild doesn't have ranged classes, you know, all the Musas, ninjas, and shit are just gonna chase you guys forever, and they're untouchable because you can't kill them. And then, you know, even in Node Wars, like, if you place your tower, like, in a good or bad spot, like, some people, they'll have, like, they'll place, like, right here on a map or something, and you can't even get into their base because they have a flame turret at the entrance, and then there's, like, nothing you can do about it. Like, you know, the initial idea of Node Wars is cool, you know, like, with all the structures and stuff. But I don't think they really did it very well either. Like, and it's like, it's essentially a free-for-all, you think about it. That, or let, like, guilds alliance with each other and just farm noobs that don't have numbers. And it's like, okay. I don't even know why that's a thing, but it's a thing. %100% here. Why not? Don't think I'm booting fast enough for those guys. I do like PvP though. Because, you know, in World of Warcraft, it was simple until they, like, added Arena. It's like, cool, do Battlegrounds, you get Battleground gear, and you PvP people. If you're new and you don't have gear, you just buy gear that gives you health, and then you're good. And you start PvP. So you don't get one shot. As though yet, like, it's not that fucking complicated to be like, okay, if you want to center your game around Battlegrounds and World PvP, like, there has to be, like, some kind of objective to it, and everybody knows World PvP isn't balanced at all. Like, but it's, like, weird because there's no factions. Because in WoW, it's like, okay, you can kind of hope a guy shows up, a level 60 shows up and, like, repels and helps you or something. But in Rising Force, they had a cool idea because it was, like, faction-based PvP, and it was 3 factions, but their issue was that, like, people would re-roll to the winning faction, and it's like, okay, that's fucking gay. So if you pretty much are kind of progression locked. I don't know. And then, you know, in Guild Wars, they had a good idea where, like, your gear's equalized. But in BDO, for some fucking reason, your gear is equalized or is capped. But it's like, okay, fuck you. You don't have crystals, or you have, let's say I have 4,000 HP buffed, unbuffed, or whatever. But some other dude's gonna have 7,000 health unbuffed. I was watching some of, like, the boss blitz videos, and it's like, yeah, you could tank half of this. You probably lose half your health, and it's like, okay, but this dude's like a berserker with 1,000 extra HP, and he's like full C10 with like 7,000 health, and he's getting chunked to 2,000 HP. So is that, like, really, like, at this point it's like, you know, why is health even a thing in BDO that you can increase? At that point, it should just be, like, standardized. Like, every fucking melee class should have, what is it? Like, 8,000 HP or something. Because in Rising Force Online, they had a cool way to balance it. They had, yeah, obviously you had shields that you could put on to be tanky, and pretty much run away if you're in a bad spot. And it added to, like, the positioning of things, so it, like, if your class had like 10 warriors and the enemy faction has like 10 ranged dudes, you could all just run shields and run into them and then like snare them and kill them. But in BDO, there's what blocking, evasion, and defensive sets you can do, but not many people like that. Like, it would be cool if BDO was more simplified, I guess. But right now, it's just like what there's different artifacts you can run. There's different crystals you can run, and there's different like add-ons you can run, kind of, and there's different like gear you can run. But that's like a lot. Like it's not very accessible, you could say, and especially now, like I think like once they came out with like all the fallen god armors and there's 4 pieces, I think there's like a lot of people they're like locked in a region for a while because like for example I don't have enough DP. Like I could probably do turtles, but I can't because I'm evasion. So the turtles would just randomly like half health me. So why should I do that until I have like gear? Like I don't even know. Like I don't even know if that's a thing. Because when I swapped from evasion boots, when I swapped to DR boots to evasion, I felt squishier grinding. Not sure if that's like a loophole or something. That DR is better in PvE. And then it's like, okay, why not? Why don't they just standardize everything and then have people pick between like offhands if they want to be different? Because you have your green accuracy offhands, you have your evasion offhands, but for some reason the Bethlehem slot offhand is evasion hybrid, and you only have a choice between evasion or AP. Like okay, let's go over here. What, have 9 minutes cooldown on my thing? Yeah, it really is nice ranting, I guess. Like grinding. Honestly, don't know how people watch videos at the same time. Like, I can't get used to like 2 monitors. I should probably just use my like phone. At that point, like, the game should just add auto grinding. Like, don't get me wrong, auto grinding like shunned on, but mobile games are taking over. Like, for example, a grindy game on a mobile. Pretty much every game on mobile is grindy, but like you'll watch some of the YouTubers and they'll be like, "Yeah, I just do like 10 hours on autoplay, and then I get this far, this many like gear or whatever in Epic 7 or whatnot, or like I play Summer's War, and it's like in their game you can run 10 times automatically, and I do like this one dungeon. It takes me like 20 minutes, so like I press one button and it does it for me. And it's like, cool, nice. I got this awesome fucking upgrade for my monsters. And another thing though, I hate to talk about BDO. It's like, people talk about the new player experience, and it's like, yeah, fucking right. If you had me do a new player experience, I'd be like, fuck no, I'm not playing BDO again. Like, if I lost my account and had to start from scratch, I'd be like, hell no. Because you had to do like journals now. You had to do the main quest. Fuck that. I'd probably do seasonal, be bored, and quit. Oh, all my accuracy is gone. I should probably go to orcs. Maybe after this bell ends, I'll go orcs. There we go. I lagged a little bit there. Oh yeah, look at that. There's an awesome little spot here. They'll come up the little hill. You know, like, BDO could take a lot of things from other games and improve for sure. Like, I know a lot of it comes down to, like, profits now, and you kind of tell that the devs are like, you know what? They're just waiting for Tencent to buy him out, you know? Oh, I got another bell. This is awesome. Boom, 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 boom. My maid's done yet? Nice. Let's depot all this. But yeah, like, it boils down to, like, what could I say here? Would I recommend the game right now? Probably not. It's cool, don't get me wrong. But probably too many classes, honestly. Suffering from success, you could say. If that is success. Like, maybe the devs are like, you know what? We don't even care. They make enough from whales to be happy. Like, you know, like, if the game's already released on a console and you're like worldwide game, do they really want to improve at that point? You know, it's like I don't know, probably not. Probably make who knows how many mil. They're probably cool with 100 million a year instead of 200 million. Yeah, I think BDOs should really like go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, what makes this class unique, and why are they complaining so much about this class? Because I know they're, you know, they want to improve open world PvP, and they're buffing like Berserker to Oblivion, and it's like, why? But it makes sense though, because they don't want people to like blob. So if there's like a bunch of Berserkers running around killing you guys because you're blobbing, that's good. That's a win, I think. Like, oh, your whole guild wants to be wizards, here we'll buff fucking ninjas, make them magic immune or something. Or we'll buff all the evasion classes. Like, yeah, here you go, 20% evasion instead of 10%. See if you guys want to stack fucking AP on your archers. On yeah, right now I think that's like a big thing. Like, people don't want to get one shot in PvP, but they are. So it's like, why PvP if it's not? There's no like competitiveness to it. There's no ranking. There's no gear. There's no like. There's no progression in PvP. Like I used to want to like try those like PvP like WoW private servers to like PvP, but for some fucking reason there's progression there too, and it's like I don't want to do that. I just want to get on, kill some fuckers. I don't want to play 2 months of getting like tokens from battlegrounds just so I can like have a decent fight, you know? Or like, I think there was like a video on like World of Warcraft too that I saw. It's like one of the guild leaders of like a PvP guild is like, yeah, every time a person joins, I go through this checklist of things to do, and they're like, fuck that, they quit the next day. Go play League of Legends or some shit. Like, I guess I don't want to say every game is supposed to compete with other games, but it's like a lot of people, let's say they play World of Warcraft, and they're like, okay, they play World of Warcraft 2 years, and they're like, yep, okay, I quit. I'm gonna try another MMO. And then they look at BDO and it's like, okay, cool, nice. So they value your time of your gear, and then you keep like a pen in BDO will last you forever, kind of thing. And then they're like, oh, wow, in World of Warcraft, I just had to subscribe and play. But in this fucking game, they want me to spend money on weight and inventory slots. Oh, you lose like 90% of your potential MMO players. Like, I don't want to say it's a competition, but you know that is the competition there. And then they're like, oh, cool, I'm just gonna play Guild Wars 2 now. I can open world PvP in Guild Wars by just re-rolling a character and putting on playing for like a week. Like I think in Guild Wars, like they give you like tokens that just power level your character to 60 for you, like if you play long enough. Or like if you PvP enough, they give you like XP books. They give you like one level. Or like you can just PvP for like a month or like a couple weeks, and it's like, oh, look at all these rewards I got from these boxes. I just power leveled myself to 60, or like they play a level 1 character and they're like scaled up to PvP or whatever, and it's like, cool, nice. Now I have this character leveled up. I have 3 seconds for my weapon. Yeah, Orcs is so much better than this place. I think they really gambled on the fact that this spot sucks unless you get a rare drop. If they could at least, you know, add a fucking boss that spawns that gives you the drop every so often to even it out. But yeah, I just want to finish this. I want to get this weapon done, and then I want to go to Orcs. I don't know why I don't know. I also don't understand the idea of Dekia Lantern. I think you lose a little bit of money to invest into it to do it, and then you know you have more mobs. But it's like, why did they just add like another fucking zone for group grinding or something? Or like they could add like a DP zone where you need like a stupid amount of DP. That would be pretty funny. Like they have so many, there's so many ideas that they could use. A fucking DP zone would be funny. Like you have to use like a green offhand to survive. If you have any other offhand, you just fucking die. So, but then you can't do that because it's like, oh, people lose fucking crystals that are worth, you know, billions. I'm surprised they didn't just like compress all the artifacts. And you know damn well though that like they're not gonna do that because it's like, oh, they make a little bit of revenue from that. Because oh, you have a silver sink, you lose enough money, you died one day, here, just swipe, sell an outfit for 1 bill, and get it back. Or there's even fucking slots for crystals. Like we didn't need that. Why are there fucking why is there a crystal limit? My crystal storage in the first place. It's not a server problem for sure. But yeah, supposedly they plan to buff every class to be on level of whatever the fuck Usa is. I think I tagged her a little bit a while ago, but then I was like, you know what? I don't want to have 600 weight on a character. I'm surprised the game just doesn't have, like, by default now, if you're a new player, you just have, like, fucking 10 mates. There's a pay-to-win grind zone. Monsters drop 100 trash weight. Or, like, imagine grinding your infinite pot and you get, like, all this shitty fucking Akum armor drops. And it's like, okay, whatever happened to that? I thought Akum armor and, like, the warrior armor was, like, a cool concept. It's abuse Elvia realm. Oh, never mind. Nope, I'm getting hit by range mobs. That's another thing though, like I noticed in Guild Wars 2. Like range mobs are fucking annoying for some reason. Because you can't dodge them. They lock onto you, so you have to like kill them first, I guess. I don't know. People. Also, it would be cool if there was like a point system for balancing. I think that would be a good start. Like, hey, this class has uh like let's say okay, start from scratch, right? Again. Theory crafting here. Let's say your class has a lot of mobility, 3 movement skills or some shit. You get 1 point. Then you go through all the classes, like, oh, okay, this class has 3 movement skills. Okay, this class has 2. Okay, not as good as this class. And then, oh, this class has good evasion, or that will block. Or hey, this class has big AOE. You gain a point. And then that would be like a good good start at least somewhere. Like, okay, so class has no mobility, but they have good points in this. Or if class has a lot of fucking damage, they gain like 2 points, and it's fucking OP. And then you just sort all classes together. It's like, oh, cool. And it's like, okay, nice. So obviously, and then you look at Mystic, and it's like, okay, you put Mystic next to Striker. It's like, oh, she is protected in succession, and she has a lot of CC, but your mobility isn't as good. So it's like, okay, cool, nice, makes sense. But no AoE, so that's Mystic right there. So she's tanky as fuck. You have a glaring weakness, I guess. I don't know, not having as much mobility. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, Awakening Striker has more protections than Succession Mystic because you have super armor and you're moving while you're in super armor. So it's like a big difference in a way. And it's like, okay, that's like so much value to have super armor while you're moving. And some of Mystic's skills, in a like, people will be like, oh, Mystic, she's actually decent right now. Like, fuck that, dude. Her last change was they made her playable. Like, if I played Awakening Mystic right now, I'd probably been stunned like half the time because none of her Awakening skills are protected. It's like, fuck that, dude. I don't want to play that. And then it's like, okay, play Succession Mystic. She's got protections. She has no fucking damage, no AoE, nothing. It's like all my skills are like half of what Strikers is. It's like, okay, no wonder people stop playing Mystic. And it's like, oh, hey, cool, look. Um, you got these classes here, like Guardian, for example. She has a million she's pretty much permanently super armored. She can move with some of her super armor skills. She has like one of the highest damage in the game because of like she has like crit damage bonus, and that's like the only thing that matters in PvP. Is like your crit damage and like your AP, I guess. And she has a big health pool. Like people are like, oh yeah, she has no mobility, she sucks at PvP. And then, you know, a lot of word of mouth in BDO is fucking wrong. Like I've seen some nasty guardians out there that could probably 1v1 like 90% of the player base. Like people have no idea what they're talking about when they're like, oh, this class is guardian sucks at PvP. Or it's just like some dude that's never PvP'd in his life doesn't even know what super armor rotations are or something, and it's like, oh yeah, I tagged Guardian one time and these guys killed me. But and then it's like another problem, you know, they don't even know what they did wrong. There's just some like they'll bump into like a mystic, right? You know, like I just said, mystics suck ass, but she's still an evasion class though, so it's like they don't know why she's stunning you and down smash spamming you, and then it's like, okay, I played a little bit of Mystic, but I played her in tier ones, and she sucks in tier one Node Wars because again, she has a lot of down smashes, cool, but she's not, you know, protected. But being protected with no mobility doesn't mean jack shit if you don't have iframes to heal while you're taking damage or whatnot. And it's like, okay, wow, okay, I don't understand this. Like, some classes are stronger than other classes in tier one or tier two, or you know, I said Mystic sucks, but she's good in Arena of Solaire, supposedly. And then it's like, okay, so she's, but in open world, it's like, you bump into like a Mystic with like 750 gear score, and then you're like, what the fuck, man? Shark Mystic is overpowered. And it's like some fucking mook like me, that 650 gear score, bumps into a 700 gear score Mystic full evasion build, and it's like, you have like ominous Cecils and Kudum max evasion, all evasion crystals, and it's like can't even kill her. And it's like, okay, wow, that's fucking nuts. I guess I can't do anything about that. It's weird. There's no equalization. That's the thing. Mystic sucks ass. Like Mystic Awakening, right? You put it on paper, it's like, okay, cool. She has this wave orb skill that slows people. Then you look at it, and it's like, Succession has wave orb that is protected. It's full super armor. It applies the same debuff, but she's protected in Succession and not in Awakening. I don't get it. Like, I thought her whole fucking thing was sending dragons out. Like, I like that striker, and it's like, hey, cool. He summons fucking Buddhist dudes to hit you. That's his thing. He does a lot of AoE, cool. Or he's like impactful that way. He's a grab class. Wow. And it's like, I go into PvP, I grab somebody, and then I fucking die because there's 5 other people around him. So I just die while I'm grabbing. So I guess grabs aren't iframe, they're super armor. So back in the day, you know, like grabs, you know, you were in super armor the whole time. It's like, cool, nice. Now it's like, oh, it grabs somebody, I just die anyways, so fuck grab classes at that point. And then it's like, oh, cool, nice. What was I trying to say here? But yeah, there's just definitely a lot of issues that shows up that people don't really know about. There's, you know, their day of BDO is, oh, I killed 6 hours of monsters. I'll never PvP. They've never even been in a tier 1, tier 2 node war guild to like do shit. Don't know how to. They've never. You go into PvP and it's like some dude with like that's been PvPing for like 2 years. He knows his super armor rotations. He knows how his class is better than yours. It's like a counter matchup. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh wow, it's really not that difficult to him or to me about what group PvP is. You just kind of run around, just try to CC people, run away when you have health. Oh yeah, I was talking about grab classes. It's like, oh, I grabbed somebody in this Node War, 30v30. Doesn't do anything because he'll just V away. And then I went into Arena of Solaire, and it was like I was doing it with my guild. We were 3v3, and we were fucking rolling people because we were abusing. Because I was a Mystic. It was a Mystic, a Nova, and a Draconia. So pretty much all three of us would perma slow you guys, and I could pretty much stick onto your caster as a Mystic and not get hurt ever. I think we fought one of like the tier 2 or the what's it? They have like the crown symbol on their thing. I think that's if they're like one of the siege fucking players. And then it's like, yeah, we beat those guys. So what's that guy to say if what PvP is? We're in a fucking chill PvE weeaboo anime club that fucks around in BDO and we just rolled you guys. And then it's like, okay. So the equalized gear isn't too bad. It's just I don't know. But yeah, we had a Succession Nova, Draconian, and a Mystic. So I can pretty much stick to them. And then if you're trying to get to us, you have to deal with one range grab guy or a guy that's like immune to your fucking damage. Or if you would grab the what do? You grab the Mystic? But yeah, in like Node Wars, I would grab people as a striker and it would just V immediately and then I would die because someone else would CC me. It's like, okay, that's fun. Or if I do grab somebody, it's like, oh, I still die because I'm just standing there in super armor and I'm taking damage. So unless the ball catches up, it's like, nope, you die. I also noticed that like a lot of people when they see that it's a striker grinding, they don't fuck with you. But when I'm on my Mystic, they'll just yeah, fucking face roll you. And again, Arena Solaire isn't really like balanced either. Because a lot of like berserkers in there, they'll just again because V exists in BDO, they just Leroy Jenkins at you and grab somebody and kill you, or they'll fuck up V away and then just play defensive in awakening mode and just be ranged. And it's like okay, that's fucking gay. They can literally run around for 3 minutes. You can't do anything about it until their V is back up, and they'll do a stupid play or wait till you throw, and they'll grab you. And it's like okay, yeah, that's fun. And being a Mystic, it sucks because her grab range isn't as far. At that point, it's like like why are grabs even in BDO at all? Like people don't like being grabbed, and they don't like grabbing people because you die if you're in like in the big boys doing like 30 vs 30, and it's like okay, cool, wow. Now there's this 300 against 300 mode. Yeah, we're really looking forward to that. And that like kills half your fucking player population because they're all strikers and zerkers. They don't want to grab. They can't grab people. Their class has 3 grabs. Or it's like, oh, I play Tamer. Why can't I PvP? I've seen some pretty cool Tamers though. Or like, it's not even fair because some classes still have super armor or they have like an iframe ability and they can CC you either like super armored. It makes no sense sometimes. Or like if your class is like protected, it's not really protected. It just has frontal. So if you fight someone with like mobility, like a ninja, they just use a super armor movement skill that goes through you. Like for strikers, we have spiral torpedo. We'll run up to you and you're trying to do your frontal with the spiral torpedo. And then we'll do a knockdown because you're in frontal. But even then, it's like, it's kind of annoying. Because I think when Succession Nova came out, she was full 360 immune to CCs when she's blocking. So it's like, okay, cool, thanks. And on top of it, it's like, oh, she does a slow. She applies a slow, she has a range grab. What more do you want? But she sucked ass at grinding. That's her only weakness at that point. It's like, okay. And then they make Dracania. Oh, hey, we're gonna be the tankiest class in the game that heals back up to full health when she's half. Good luck trying to kill her. That's very fun, I guess. How long was I supposed to grind here for? Lost track. Alright. This is enough grinding for me for today. I'm out of here. Alright, let's actually run back to town. I should probably leave the zone. But it takes like 5 seconds to leave the zone. Yeah. There we go. Use my Agris. We can go Orcs now. I could probably pre-order a few Capras. I should probably just like make a cup and sell it for 5 bill. And then what is it? Make a cup, get 5 bill, and then buy 5 bill of Capras if I'm not gambling. So we got, damn. What trash lead did I get? Storage. Let's put in there. So I got 20,000 trash from that. Playing for like an hour and 20 minutes. I don't think that's even good. I don't even look at Karmoth. Looks like they trash at Abandoned Monastery. What's it, Castle Ruins? No, it's not Castle Ruins. It's Bloody Monastery has an 850 cap. Holy shit. I thought that was wrong. I'm not even close to cap. I think the average is 12,000 an hour. But I was using Agris though, so I kind of cheated that. You're supposed to get 6 yellow thingies per hour. I don't even know how many I got. It wasn't, I don't even know. Who actually tracks all their loot anyways? Like, sometimes I don't even count my blackstones and like my seals and stuff because it's like I'm just gonna stash it away anyways and sell it later. Or, like, sometimes I don't even have the value pack on, so it's like I'll probably just wait a month and then sell everything at once because, you know, I don't really have an upgrade in that month till the end of the month. Let's do warehouse, inventory, 100 of these, 100 of these. Ooh. What else do I have? Storage. So that, so that. So I have 18, 50 mil. I think I had some of these from Orcs. So I made 500 mil. So, yeah, I think I need, how much is that much in Capras anyways? So let's buy, can I get Capras? How many Capras can I buy? Oh, nice. 237. So in 1 hour, can I get 700 of these bad boys? Or sell? It's 20 mil. 18 mil. Ooh, got some traces to sell. Nice. People use these traces to make outfits, by the way. And then they just enhance the profession outfits. Really, I don't know. So like, they don't want to grind that day. They just buy like embroidered like sailor's clothes or something, and then just tap it. Because some people I don't know who buys this shit, but they'll buy it and they'll try to make a pen and it'll just blow it up because I don't know why. So if you're really down in the dumps on silver and you don't want to grind and you just want to enhance shit, this is what they do. Yeah, some people just fucking some of those life skills they got bank. They just buy the shit. So like gathering clothes. See how they're all sold out. I think these are ones that you use to make trace of battles with. And for some reason there's 18 orders for these for 1 bill for a +4, 200 mil for a +3. So they'll pre-order like 10 at a time. And then when they have, or they'll just make it, the traces. Okay. So I have 700 mil. I could just buy some fucking Tangrad earrings, I think. Try to make like a try or something. I have a lot of file stacks lying around. What's a duel here? 700 mil? Where is it? Tangrad earring. I don't know what's worth it. Earrings or Tangrad earrings? Are they even worth it? If I was really down in the dumps, I could just buy a bunch of Sicils. Should I get like a Tet or something for some 3 bill? Or I could just buy some Capras. Yeah, we'll just do some Tangrads, why not? Alright. Yeah, it just has fail stacks lying around. So, what I can do here? What do I got lying around? Ooh, I got 96 here. Ooh, I can make a Tet. Make a try for a Tet. Okay. Here's a +20. And then let's get a... I think people use 40s for Tet. A lot of these. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 40s for duo. Yeah, I'll just keep doing that. So, 20. 40. MD's in a lot of money right now. Let's just make a bunch of prides first. Let's make 2 prides. Or maybe that's more fun. Yeah, I've hit these prides like nothing. Do I even have enough? Whatever. Let's not skip. No skipping here. Alright. Okay, let's just do a raw 40 stack. That's what people recommend. There you go. Raw 40 stack for duo. Alright. So, what's this? 480? It's probably 400 mil if I sell it. And they give us a bunch of 60s, so I'll just cheat with some bulks, make it to 70. Why not? I could cron him too. And I lost all my money. And yep, that's BDO. So I could just pre-ordered 300 Capras, but what's the fun in that? Alright, now we go orcs. Kill orcs for like an hour and blow up more accessories. Oh, that's my hour BDO for the day. And I wonder what other people's hour is. And probably like, oh yeah, I'll just grind orcs for 10 hours and get 10 bill or 8 billion or whatever. It's like, I cannot grind for fucking 10 hours. Fuck that.